I'm Sherry Methvin, and I'm with Century 21 Goodyear Green in Edmond, Oklahoma. And today we're going to be talking about appraisals. So I have Nena Henderson with Henderson Appraisals here. But before we get started, I definitely wanted to mention that if you get a chance to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sherry Sells Homes with no spaces, and also be sure and like and comment below. Okay, let's get started. So Nena is actually my neighbor and residential, right? You do mostly residential stuff.
Yes,
residential appraisal.
right.
Okay, good. So tell me one of the questions I get a lot at the point after we've done inspections, usually, and we're talking about appraisals, buyers want to know, what is an appraisal?
Okay, so an appraisal is basically a valuation of your home to let the borrower, the owner, whoever, know what their home is worth in today's market.
Okay. You guys are hired by the bank, right?
Yes. Yes. The bank hires us. An individual cannot go in and say, I want to use so-and-so appraiser to do the appraisal on my home. It is the federal government got involved in that several years ago, and it's no longer, you can't use your buddy to do it.
Right.
You have to be on a roster with the lender that you're going to.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. Well, what kinds of things do you look at when you're doing appraisals?
As far as what we look at, number one, we'll look at the, we always have the 3 S's: safe, sound, secure.
Mm-hmm.
It's on any property you look at. Some people think, well, I'm doing a conventional loan, so it doesn't matter if it needs repairs.
Mm-hmm.
If it's one of the safe, sound, or secure items, then yes, it will still need to be repaired, because the lender doesn't want to loan money on something that isn't safe, sound, or secure.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the 3 main things that we look at when we go to a home first, is to make sure that it's safe, sound, and secure. Safety can be things like, it could be a health issue. Is it a property that you're wanting to buy that was an REO that someone had lots of pets in?
Mm.
And you got a strong, odor to the home? Well, that's not very safe. That's not healthy. Mm-hmm. So that have to be cleaned up. Mm-hmm. Other things could be steps and handrails. You can have up to 3 steps going up to a porch or whatever and not have a handrail. But when it goes over that, then your lenders are all going to want a handrail there.
Okay, I didn't actually know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, and going down to a basement,
mm-hmm.
you have a handrail on the steps going down to a basement.
Yeah, those are pretty safe.
That's a safety issue.
Do you have any specific advice or some general advice that you would give to a buyer or a seller about appraisals?
One thing that would be good for buyers and sellers to understand is when we're looking for, we have to have comparable sales to compare it to. Mm-hmm. Realize that if there's lots of sales in the area where you're buying the house, we have to use the sales in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside to another area that may be a little bit better area to help bring the value up on your house. If there's sales in that specific area, then those are the ones that we need to utilize. Right. As far as a seller, get your house ready to sell. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any for VA and FHA appraisals for people that are buying in those areas, mm-hmm. be any bare wood on the exterior of the house. There can't be a ton of
paint
on the exterior. Get your house ready to sell. So many people pay so much attention to the inside of the house,
mm-hmm.
the outside. So make sure the outside of your house is just as ready as the inside of the house.
Yeah, so make sure your house is in good condition. So when you come over to look at the house, when you're actually in the house, does it matter if it's clean or dirty? Do you think that affects your opinion one way or the other?
We're looking at the home.
Right.
Looking, is the carpet really worn? Are there tiles missing in the floor? Are there holes in the drywall? Those are the types of things we're looking at. We don't care if your bed's made.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I've gone into some where a teenager's asleep in there. I say, just pull the covers up over your head so I can take the picture.
Okay, have people in the picture.
And that's the other thing. We're not supposed to have pictures with family photos.
Oh, even family photos?
Yeah. Yeah, we have to blur them out.
Interesting. That's probably because you don't want in case. Yeah.
Well, discrimination.
Right.
They don't want anything, that shows who lives there.
Okay.
So,
I didn't
and
like family photos.
yeah, and even some symbols like crosses on the walls, we're not supposed to have those in there either.
That's weird. I don't know how you would take some pictures of some rooms. Like, I don't know how you take a picture
Exactly.
of
Well, I've got one whole wall in my dining room that's all
Yeah.
crossed.
Exactly.
You know. But, you know,
To avoid that.
anyway, yeah, and we do have to take a picture of every room in the house.
Yeah.
So people will know.
So, okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes when the appraisal comes back, sometimes it doesn't quite make the value. The bank wants to see the the appraised value of the home to be greater than or equal to the purchase price of the home. And if it is not, then it's time to go back to the seller and we'll have to renegotiate something on the contract so that we can get the purchase price and the appraised price to be at least the same.
Right.
So that's just a thing that would have to happen if that were the case. Well, Nena, I appreciate your time today. This has been very informative as for me even. So I appreciate that. And if I can help any of you with your real estate needs, I'm happy to do so. Please give me a call. My name and number are below. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Okay, bye-bye.